So how are things? How are you?
I'm good. I'm coming off of a little bit of a travel stint. I traveled for like the past couple weekends, so it's good to be home.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm also coming back from YCS Raleigh this week. So I was there since Thursday. So from Thursday to Monday, which is actually a little too long to be in Raleigh, in my opinion. Now that I have done that shuffle a little too many times. So, but we are here, and yeah, we're gonna be playing a shadow game before the RBET this weekend. I was gonna ask you, so do you want? Because right now I'm like floating between two decks in terms of just what I've been playing lately. So do you want Dragon Turbo practice or do you want Hero Frog practice?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that because I know you played Dragons at Raleigh.
yeah.
You can go either one. You can surprise me. I was thinking about that even coming into this. I'm like, Dragon Turbo would be good practice, but I'm like, is that good for the algorithm? Are people going to want to watch Dragon Turbo? That's the
They
real.
do actually, I think, because it is rising in popularity a bit, I think. So yeah, I'll go Dragon Turbo. I'll try this out. So what we can do, because Dragon Turbo is kind of fast. So depending
Mhm.
on how fast we finish the first set, we might end up doing two just to make it
Yeah,
worthwhile. Is kind of how I feel about it, because the deck, it wins fast or loses fast, is really,
yeah,
you know,
very true.
everyone knows what they're getting into with this deck, I feel like, at this point. So we're just gonna do
Yeah.
that. I am hosting. Give me a second.
For whatever reason, your podcast is like strongly associated with my travel. Where like last October is when I got into Edison. I found your guys' YouTube off of like your normal summon tier list in Edison.
Oh yeah.
And then I know dug a little deeper, found your podcast, and it was right around when I was traveling to my buddy's wedding. So I went and downloaded all of the Yu-Gi-Oh player talks onto my phone so I could listen to it on the airplane. And that entire trip was just like me listening to your podcast. And so now I feel like every time I travel, I'm just listening to your podcast on the plane while I'm doing something else. And I
Yeah.
I like to re-listen to those player interviews. I just think they're good and very, very insightful.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, we are doing more soon of the Yu-Gi-Oh talks. They're plentiful. There's an infinite amount of perspectives in Yu-Gi-Oh to take and that people have. And some people who have a lot of success also, it's really interesting to hear their thoughts, I feel like. So definitely,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this episode, if you're watching this episode, check out our podcast, because outside of YouTube, we also do a podcast for people who
Two
may
of my
not know.
favorites were Joe Girolando.
Yep. That's one of the
Another guy.
top ones.
Yeah, I remember because he was like, on your team, and I remember reading his articles too at the
Hmm.
same time. And then Dale Bolito, because like the two-parter, it was just cool hearing you guys go back and forth.
Yep. Yep, that's a good one. Scott Pages is also very, very good.
Yes. Still
He,
waiting on the Silverman one.
yeah, everyone's waiting for Silverman, McCabe. There's a couple people who I still haven't brought on yet. It's so weird because like those are two of my closest friends out of everyone I've ever interviewed for a podcast. But it's just it's weird because I feel like they're so accessible to me at any time, so I always prioritize other episodes, I guess. Oh, this hand is a fucking meme.
Stand by.
Okay. This
I
hand
can
is
see.
such, yeah, it's such a meme. Dueling Book is
Oh
hilarious.
boy. Oh boy.
That is such a meme.
Okay.
Oh
So,
god.
oh wow. So you can't even future fusion
I
really
can't.
well because like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
my hand is literally as bad as Dueling Book is just very funny sometimes. This is
Oh
why I just
yeah.
hate I hate Dueling Book, man.
I agree.
The odds of drawing a 3 of in your deck, I think, is less than 5%. And for it to be the 3 of that is the worst one in my deck is just hilarious. I love it.
Yeah. So we will send.
Debris.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Copy of that. Yep.
Come on. Come on, deck. There we
Yeah,
go.
I've never drawn as bad in real life as I have in Undoing.
Yeah, Dueling Book is something. All right, I'm gonna play Future
Yep.
Fusion. All right, cool. Let's see. We have some work to do. So it's interesting. I do have Cards of Consonance, and I really need to draw it, I would say. I need to draw a tuner. So I'm going to actually leave a good amount of tuners in my deck because right now I need to prioritize unbricking this hand if I have any shot. Realistically, though, this game is already over. But I can get back my red meds and stuff at a later date. So
Yeah.
this deck is very good at that, and I'm gonna have played it for a good amount of time. I'm fully aware of like what it's capable of, but yeah, I'm gonna leave in all of those tuners to try to possibly get something going.
Draw.
Have you played against Dragon Turbo in a tournament yet?
That deck is the one that takes me out of the tournament.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Yeah, but I have a better. It was kind of like I actually don't see it on the ladder that much, so it's
Yeah,
one
they
of those
don't
decks I
appear
haven't.
on. Yeah, people, because I feel like it's kind of rude almost to play it on ladder.
Yeah, but I have a better idea of what to do against it now.
Yeah.
I think I just got to do this while I have it, but yeah. So attack.
Yep.
Phase.
So what's this? 30,000. And give me 1 second. I have to fix the view real quick on the way this is showing. I just realized something.
Live, love technology.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this
I also have another shout out, which is your IMNerd online locals, because I messaged you about this, but I don't think we've talked about it on the video. But I went to my first real life local and went 4-0, and it was like such a cakewalk compared to
the online ones. Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like your locals really helped prepare me for that. Of like, I just kind of knew what to do. And
yeah, I mean, that's what they're for. They're literally for that exact kind of practice, so you can get better. That way, when you play, if you ever play in a YCS Ultimate Time Wizard tournament, or if you ever play in one of the online bigger tournaments that you are used to, just the environment of not only Dueling Book, but playing against people who are pretty good too, because my tournaments draw in some of the best players in the format, which is interesting.
Yeah, like last time I got knocked out by Andy because he went 3 recharge. No, he went what did he do? He went charge into triple recharge, double JD Christia, and then he was dead, and because I was his opening hand, and then he had nothing until he drew a Lightsworn to like go off of, and then he just took me out. Yeah.
All right, so standby phase, draw phase. If you want to do anything before this guy comes out, or do you?
You're good.
All right. I will summon. This guy almost never comes out, so I'm not. All right, there we go. He catches a bottomless. That's fair. You got to have something back there.
Yeah.
All right, so desperate times call for desperate measures. Let's activate. See what we get.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that's so annoying. So that's very good. I just feel like it might be too late. But let's see, because things can always change. Let me read Future Fusion real quick, or I need to see the original, because the monster got destroyed technically, right?
Yes.
The bottom was destroyed, so this would go away.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, all right, we're here now. Let's see. Activate.
Yep.
And I think, I'm at 2,000 life points is the only thing. So I do have a super rejuve that I could chain. I'm just wondering if it's even worth it at where I am to. I'm gonna go for it, but there's a chance that I don't even play this card here because likely I'm not getting another turn. But we'll see what happens.
Okay.
What am I doing?
All right. So you are at 3 dragons, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, I am. Okay.
I'm just writing that for my own reference.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's what I've also learned is like never trust the not you specifically, but never trust the Dragon Turbo player to count themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in general with Yu-Gi-Oh players, you should just not count what they like. Don't trust Yu-Gi-Oh players. It's basically more of the story. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna go with this Icarus.
This. How do I? Oh, I'm gonna mute. This is probably the one. I'm gonna mute this one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, I can use this fine. Yep.
I am just so outrageously low. Oh, this sucks. Man, I don't see I don't see a Kalut in your grave. There's so many things that like I just die. This is all a farce. I guess we do. Okay, I need to check one more thing in your grave. I know what I'm looking for. All right, there we go. So we are going to summon this guy.
Yep. Sure.
Okay, pitch this. Bounce this to my hand. I'm gonna pitch this. Yeah, bounce that guy to your hand.
So we're at 5 now.
Yes, we are at 5. Now, I think in the situation I'm in, I do have to risk it. I'm at 5 for rejuve. I could also pitch this last card and be like super safe. And you don't, but then you could just normally, yeah, no, I have to try to kill this thing. Show me potato salad. Okay, that died. Nice. Okay. Now it's time to end phase. We're going to draw 5. And then we'll draw another 5. And then we'll draw another 5. This deck is so terrifying because if I did this literally like a turn earlier, this would be a very different game. But luckily, my life points are very low. Alright, so we got to get rid of this. Gosh, we have so many cards. Let's see, and one more. We'll do this one. Okay. That is my turn, and auto draw is off.
Summon.
Yep. Summon's good.
Special.
That is good as well. Yep. So this guy's 1150.
And then this should be game.
Yep, that is 100% game. All right. Ay.
I did have a dad in my hand, so it was good that you when I ran over Brio, because that would have not like that put me at 4, or like that would have put me at 4 if I synchroed.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew the things that I had to do that game, but it was a little too late is the issue there. And that drawing triple blue eyes is just not it. Like,
no, that is awful.
That is just not. That's not the fantasy. I'm just gonna side these out to make this simple.
Do you enjoy this deck, or is it a necessary evil?
I actually enjoy it a lot. It's a different skill set being used when you play this deck that I really appreciate. Like, obviously, I know how to duel at a very high level, playing regular decks that, you know, set traps or like do very normal Yu-Gi-Oh things. But this type of deck is closer to like a modern Yu-Gi-Oh deck. And because I do not play modern Yu-Gi-Oh at all, this is kind of like honing in on that type of skill. That type of skill set of understanding when to push and how to play through like boards, and also how to properly break boards and sometimes play through hand traps, because there's always like DD Crow and stuff like that as well. But it's very fun for me to play this deck sometimes. I just get the it's also fun just drawing cards is the thing. That's like a it's like a really big thing. All Yu-Gi-Oh players like drawing cards. Okay, I'm gonna activate that. I'm gonna activate this.
Yep, 5.
Yep, I'm gonna target Super Rejuvenation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I'm gonna summon, and I'm thinking here. I think I'm not even gonna use the effect. I'm just gonna special this guy, and then special this out. So I'm drawing 10 on the end phase.
Yep.
Let's just think here for 1 sec. Okay, yep. So end phase, I don't think that they'll let me draw 10. Let's see what happens. Oh, they do. Nice. Alright, draw 10. This can go to the grave now. Let's see. Cards to get rid of. You. Let's do this one. Let's do this. I think this also gets me a blue eyes. It does. Clear that. Okay, we'll go with this.
Card destruction is like the death of me in this matchup. Like I feel like, oh, I have this really strong follow up, and they're like, nope, goodbye.
Yep, card destruction is really, really ignorant. It's also the reason why I lost at the YCS. I literally card destruction somebody, and they discarded value, plague splitter zombie, and summon dark arm turn 1.
Yeah,
that happened round 1. I was like, oh no, not that.
Okay, let me. Yeah, I think I have to. Yeah, I think this is the right play. I'm gonna MST this. On the off chance that was going to be an Air Force, I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah, I understand.
Normal.
Yep.
Special.
Yep, all good.
Tap this.
Yep.
Meow. Glide and then attack. Yep.
I think after, yeah, we'll summon this guy when you attack into the blue eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I should have thought of that. That's gonna be annoying. Go.
Okay, no draw.
Yep.
So let's see.
Especially because your deck is all level 8s. Yep.
Yeah. Activate. I'm gonna target 5. One of them is going to be Red Eyes, Darkness, Metal Dragon. And that will be the one that you accrue always. So.
Let me think about this.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2. Let's see. 3, 4, and 5. Very nice. All right. Activate.
Thinking. Yeah, I think I'm dead either way.
You are very dead.
Yeah. I can't use my solemn because you're gonna kill me if I use it.
Yes,
like
you are.
You
are yeah, you are 100% dead. Steal him. Instant fusion. Special this guy. Summon back the Drago. Attack for game.
Yep. I just had a little brain control. Yeah. Is there a way I play around Tragodia here? Like.
I don't think so. I think that. So here's the thing. This is what I've realized as a player who's been using this deck and as someone who's played against it. A lot of times when you lose to this deck, there really isn't anything you could have done. Like, what were you going to do? Not attack the blue eyes and leave it there? And then like, okay, to be fair, like you're still dead.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, it's not there wasn't like there wasn't a thing that you could have really done to win, and I don't think that you did anything wrong by attacking, because you can't give me time either. You can't just be like, I'm gonna play around Tragodia, so I'm not gonna deal damage. It was like, okay, well that's this deck has higher inevitability than your deck. Like I'll win the game. I'll win the game if we play that game.
Yeah.
So It's kind of how.
I guess like with Icarus back, I could have potentially like left this on the field, and I guess, but then I'm leaving Red MD on the field. Yeah, I don't,
Yeah,
there's,
you can't. You definitely can't do that unless you have like oppression and you just. But even if you have oppression, you're also playing the hot game of, do you not have a Hy-Vee Storm or Giant Trunade or anything? You know what I mean? Like things can just go wrong either way.
yeah.
Like, you don't know what my
there's
constructed hand is after drawing 10 cards, right? Like I draw 10, you have no idea what they are.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
It's when I play against this deck, I try not to beat myself up too much over like what ends up happening, because unless it's something very specific that I could have done differently, realistically the game was just over and predetermined a lot of times.
Yeah.
Which kind of just sucks. And that's why a deck like this is pretty bad for the format overall. But
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay. So we're going second. I'm just thinking about some things.
Thinking about the terrible twos.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
MD goes down to 2, so I feel like this deck gets nerfed because you want like it's a lot of 3-ups.
It actually is all 3-ups. This deck does get nerfed. For sure.
Yeah. All right. What do I do here? And then we pray.
All right, draw phase, stand by me and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Where's this guy?
Let's give this a whirl. I want to see where this goes.
Okay. Interessante.
2.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we are going to activate.
Oh Lord.
Anything?
Nope.
No, actually.
Yep.
All right. Slash discard hand. And how many did I discard? 2, 3, 4. 4. Okay.
So now we're at 5.
We are at 5. Activate.
Yep.
2, 4, 3. 4. So let me just double check. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So it's 5. Okay. We'll go with this.
Okay. First, let's do this.
Yep.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, why does it matter if Flame Guard or the White Zone? So we'll level 1 tuner that can grab the debris. It's not going to really matter.
Yeah. The only thing Flammable Guard does is allow me to do Brionic without priority, or with priority, I should say.
Oh.
Yeah, that's because Whitestone always
Right.
activates, so I can't use priority if I do Debris Dragon with. Or
I should do
Brionic with
that one instead, theoretically, right?
Yeah, because it's just different.
Yeah.
It
okay.
removes a play, whereas taking away a Whitestone doesn't do a single thing.
Yeah, that's a good note. I didn't think about that. Okay. Let's see. Normal summon Blizzard.
Yep.
Target. I think I should do this. Okay. We'll go.
All right.
Sure. Is that good?
Yep. All good.
Goyo.
Yep. Goyo's fine. Ah, yes.
Summon.
This is the second time this has happened to me now.
I'll get rid of that. Face down.
Yep. All good.
On the chance. I have ran into a Mirror Force against Dragon Turbo, so I have PTSD.
Yeah, no, we do side it. It is definitely a thing that can happen and go terribly wrong. 18.
Oh, that was a mistake. I should have... If you have Trag in your hand, I should attack with one of the big guys first.
Correct.
That was a mistake.
I am in a very bad spot. So I will...
Yep. We will... Because Heavy's gone, yeah. No set. And pass.
Alright.
Yeah, I told you it was praying. Praying he didn't have Trag.
Yeah, you literally... Like, you have to with this deck. You just have to hope all the time.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep, I knew that was coming.
Yep. Okay. We definitely don't upgrade this. It should just be for one.
Yep.
Oh, this is brutal.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Come on, load for me. Come on, Dueling Book. You can do it. Might as well go for it.
Yep.
It is a race against the clock. Yep. Interesting. Yeah, we get rid of you.
Yep.
Special and defense.
That's fine. Right.
Oh my goodness. That was living on a prayer.
Yeah, so I drew Trag after you did that, like right after, literally, and I would have killed you, but because of the Dark Arm doing the extra damage to drop me below instant fusion, I just had to get instant fusion. So that, I mean, this is the type of thing that you have to do to beat this deck, though. So you know, it kind of makes sense that like.
That was my logic. I was like, I'm gonna get vortexed either way, but like I gotta drop him below. Technically, it's also brain. I don't know. You don't really play brain control.
No, it's like brain control. But it is important to drop this deck below 1,000, so it's kind of a win condition, just like against Lightsworn, you do the same exact thing. But yeah, you need to do stuff like Dark Arm immediately and all that. Like you just have to do so much damage and then just pray, and that's exactly that got there. The damage and pray. What was the back row? What was the back row when I Heavy Stormed?
Deep Prison.
Okay. Yeah, I assumed it was oppression because to me that makes a lot more sense. If you're Solomon, a back row is probably like something outrageous. But you also at the time you had
Fossil.
Yeah, you also
Fossil
had
Dyna, so like
Colute.
if you like I summon Fossil Dyna, but you go into Draco, like I want to protect it.
Yeah.
That was my only thought process there.
The other thing is that you did have Colute with the Shore on the field, right? So you also feel protected with that because like unless I'm vortexing it turn one, like it's not going anywhere because nothing can really beat it. So
yeah.
So like you have like Solemn, Deep Prison plus the Shore and Colute, so it's like pretty safe there overall, as long as like things don't go terribly wrong. But my opening hand was really strong. Like I drew a couple cards with like initially like just right off the bat. I was like, if you trap Death Shoot me, I would have lost immediately because my hand was like 5 spells and 1 Cards of Consonance. Play Cards of Consonance. I already had trade in. I got the Blue Eyes, and then I drew Heavy Storm off of Cards of Consonance. And I was like, I'm gonna do this now because if he does have like Mind Crush or something like that, I'd rather you Mind Crush Blue Eyes. And instead of me drawing into my deck and possibly drawing multiples of a card like Red Med, because I already had a Red Med too, so I didn't want that to happen and stuff. And I was like, that's another card that I could see you Solemning to protect, because like Mind Crush is extremely good against this deck. But
yeah, Mind Crush always comes too late for me. My strategy is just fossils and oppressions and hope I can just shut you down. And but obviously with Vortex and Heavy, it's like you gotta use the Solemn to protect that. But yeah,
no, that's pretty good though.
Not the best Solemn for sure. The only other thing I was debating was like when I synchro, I'm like go Goyo, or I was thinking Android, but like Android like is not big enough to like warrant the 600 life point game. Like that doesn't mean shit to Dragons, so I just went Goyo to do as much damage.
Yeah, the damage mattered a lot.
Yeah.
All right, well that was actually pretty good. That also took a good amount of time, so I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I think you did the right thing in terms of like rushing the deck down. That's, always have to do that. Shuffling their deck so that they draw 3 Blue Eyes. That's always great. And and then just like you said, I'm just gonna pray. Like I literally feel the same way. I'm gonna pray, hope for the best. Yeah, it's crazy though.
Cause I had Blizzard with no effect and Bora, and I'm just attacking. I'm like
for 3,000, yeah,
because I had literally nothing else I could do. I'm like, all right, let's just hope he doesn't draw.
The crazy thing is, look at how close I came to winning game 1 despite drawing 3 Blue Eyes. Like that is absurd.
Yeah,
like that literally if you did not do what you did and summoned the Blizzard and started cracking for that extra 2,600 over time, you would have just lost. Like, you'd have lost the game because you decided to be passive in a situation where you needed to be extremely aggressive. So yeah, you have a good handle on the matchup, I would say. I think that's and for anybody watching this, like this is how you beat Dragon Turbo. You just have to literally just go balls to the walls and pray. And that's the best advice I can give you, because like, side decking is one thing, but a lot of times it's a meme. Like a lot of times you're just like, the cards don't matter as much. Your game plan during the game actually matters a lot more, I would say, than anything that you could side deck, because this deck is very resilient to a lot of the side deck cards anyway. Yeah,
you gotta draw them at the right time.
Yeah, like Soul Release this game, for example, like it, I would probably side it in if I had it in my side deck as well, but it didn't do anything. Like it didn't prevent anything. Like literally, the thing that was the most important out of everything that happened this game, the only thing that was important was my life points dropping below 1,000. That was the biggest factor. So that's just like an example of what I mean.
Is more of just like you know what, it's better than the card that was already sitting
exactly
in here.
And that's exactly what I mean. Like I would side it in too if I had it, because it's probably better than like some slow card that really doesn't matter that much. But yeah, all right, well guys, I hope you enjoyed this Shadow game, and good luck in the RBET as always. I'll probably be playing too. I'm not sure what I'm going to play. I think it's double elimination this time, so it's not Swiss.
Yeah. Which is funny because you just talked about that in your newest podcast.
I did. Yep. So it's going to be double elimination. I'm pretty sure. I like it. I actually like double elimination because you get to, because the tournament's on Saturday, I do hate having my entire Saturday taken by a tournament in theory when it's Swiss, because it takes Swiss can take any amount of time, but you can lose 2 very fast in a double elimination tournament and just be like, all right, I have my whole day ahead of me now. Like I'm good to go do whatever I want to do. So you get to like play really, really quickly throughout the tournament. And I like that aspect of it a lot. I also like the fact that no one gets screwed by tiebreakers.
Yeah.
That is really, like, tiebreakers can be annoying, and I think Swiss is the better format overall. Don't get me wrong. Like I'd rather play, I would never want Konami to start doing double elimination at YCSs. That would be fucking awful. But no. I think for like online tournaments, it's fine. Like if you're going to do it anywhere, it's fine to do it online, because of all the issues that Dueling Book can have with connectivity issues and the stuff that happened with Challenge where it kept breaking for Keegan, and like then he has to repair the entire or like do some crazy stuff to get the tournament back and then postpone it to the next day. Like that stuff is frustrating. I get it. From a TO standpoint, Swiss is a nightmare on Challenge. So doing it double elimination, if that makes it easier for the TO, and if it also kind of makes it a little bit better for the sake of tiebreakers and all that, because I do think that if you're going to do a tournament and it'd be top 8, like I feel like top 8 with 200 players is not correct. Like that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
I was gonna ask that too. Yeah, that is a little sad that like only top 8.
Yeah, and Konami's been doing that too with the Ultimate Time Wizard tournament for some weird reason. It's like they do top 8 with 200 players or like over 200 players, and so I don't understand why that, because for like YCSs they do, if it's that amount of people, they typically do top 16, and then it scales with the people, then it becomes top 32 at a certain point. So I never really liked top 8 with 200 players. So if the RBETs are going to be 200 players, then the double elimination makes even more sense, because at that point it's like we're all equal. If you lose twice, you're out. And if if you make it all the way through to top 8 and then to winners finals and then to losers finals and then to grand finals and all that stuff, like the person who went undefeated has a high shot of winning the tournament, and they get kind of rewarded for being undefeated because they have to be beaten twice. And I think that's totally fair. If you finish first in Swiss, you should be given something for being undefeated. Yeah. So I there's pros and cons to everything. There's no like, this is the one correct way to do everything and nothing else should ever be done. Like, I don't really believe in that either. It's just that I feel like for online tournaments that are going to be 200 people, they should probably be double elimination for multiple reasons that I just named. So
yeah, I have 2 goals for this year. One is to top an RBET or like a major, and then I need to win 1 year locals.
Oh yes, that definitely try to get that name, that tournament winner name.
I don't know if you remember, it was the last one we entered. I beat Rognok like round 2, and I messaged you, I'm like, oh, it's mine, I got this shit. And then I lost the next 2. I was like,
damn, fuck. You lost the next 2. Who did you lose to? Do you remember?
It was
it BZVK? Because he's
Andy,
good. Okay, Andy sang. Yep.
And the other guy, the BZK. How do you say his name?
So his name on Dueling Book is like Bizarre something. Bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, I lost the 1 and 2, so it's not bad. Like, I always, whenever I lose to 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like,
those players are really good. Obviously, everyone knows Ronik is really good, and then Bizarre is also really good. He just won my last special tournament, right? So, he won Edison Elementals, got some cash and everything. But
yeah, we're both Colorado boys.
Yes. Oh, really?
Yeah. We're gonna meet up at a local someday when we can both make it at the same time, but we've been talking about it.
Nice. Also, I guess since you mentioned Terrible Twos earlier, I might as well let people know, if you're still listening to this episode for whatever reason and you just want to hear us talk, I guess, but if you're still listening, in May, the date right now is set for May 25th, I believe. Let me double check that. But May 25th, I'm doing another IMNerd special Edison tournament. It's called Terrible Twos. And the rule is this. It's very simple. It's Edison format, but every single card is semi-limited. Every single card in the format that is legal in the format is at 2. You can play 2 Bryonics, 2 Stratos, 2 Dark Arms. You can only play 2 Raikos, 2 Substitutes, 2 Red Meds, etc. So every single card is at 2. The tournament's called Terrible Twos. Very, very easy rule to follow. Very easy rule to understand. Everything is at 2 that is legal. So that's the rule. And yeah, that tournament is going to start off with a cash prize of $100. Taken directly from the IMNerd podcast Patreon account, and then it will scale with donations and all types of stuff like that. So yeah, that'll be a month from now, basically. And I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what unhinged shit people cook up, because this will be an unhinged tournament for obvious reasons.
I was gonna say this seems like the unhinged.
It is Unhinged Cup 2.
Way more unhinged than the last one.
Yeah, this is Unhinged 2, the Terrible Twos. Like, this is literally what this is. The Unhinged Cup, Terrible Twos. It's going to be broken. It's going to be everyone, what I love, every single time I do one of these special rules, everyone thinks they have it figured out. People rarely ever do. So we just have to see what happens on the day of, but I am so excited to see what people cook up for Terrible Twos.
Yes. Also, fun fact, it is on the unofficial Star Wars holiday, because originally the first episode came out on May 25th, 1997.
Wow, that's
so deep Star Wars nerds kind of consider that the true official Star Wars holiday, not May the 4th, but
that's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's so ridiculous. All right, well, anyways, guys, I hope you did enjoy, as I said, and do the things that make you happy. Play Yu-Gi-Oh, test out different decks, try new ideas. Always a pleasure playing you, Weston, and yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.